Hey guys, Bradley Wonderlick here, and we're introducing you to my friend Joey Mancucci.
Hello.
Yeah, and this is a new segment called I Just Introduced My Friends to My Little Pony.
I thought it was gonna be animation. Oh, whatever. Close enough. All right. Yeah. So the one episode we watched, the one you just showed me like solid 5 minutes ago, was first episode of season two, which he said was his favorite. I said, just play your favorite episode of that show and I'll watch it. I know what My Little Pony is. Like I've heard of it. Like I go on YouTube and I'll see the reaction compilations of My Little Pony and all the new ponies and whatnot. I wouldn't say I'm a brony, but I don't care. It's a good show. I'm not gonna say it's terrible. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, let's put it this way: most shows today, like My Little Pony, are meant for girls. Mainly meant for girls, like Monster High, Ever After High, Barbie. All the other Mattel properties. Most of them are girl related, except for Hot Wheels and whatever else they have. Um, he's shown me like clips of a couple episodes before. Like I recently, he just showed me the My Little Pony trailer. He also showed me his reaction to it. Um, and I'm more so I'm not picky on like characters. Like characters in kids shows are characters in kids shows. Like when anybody who's a '90s kid like me and Brad, when you grew up watching SpongeBob, SpongeBob was a character in a kids show. They never really evolved. Not really many characters you watch as a kid evolve unless they do like a really big season finale. Like Hey Arnold, like they had a huge season finale, a huge movie, and they didn't even finish it right, and now they're going to tie up all loose ends in the next movie they do. And some shows, the character never ages. Like think about it. Like I literally just thought about this, but Stewie from Family Guy would be 18 years old had he actually aged, but he's always won every single season. And they always make a joke about it's Stewie's first Christmas again. But with kids shows, you can't change their personality because that kind of makes them seem like what you advertise on TV and on like toy shelves and whatnot is not what the character is. So I'm more so for me. It's not about the character, the plot, the setting, whatever. It's animation. I think ever since DreamWorks made Shrek, I've always been a huge thing for animation, like certain kinds of animation, certain kinds of software you use. I don't really know any animation software. I only know a lot of gaming software like Unreal Engine 4 and stuff like that. But like different, but the thing is, animation's changed over time. Like back then, when if you're like if you're a '90s kid like me, when your parents, basically our parents, would watch shows like Captain Planet and Thundercats and whatever else. TV and animation back then was way different than what it is now. I mean, put it this way: you show us Cat Dog or Ren and Stimpy or Rocko's Modern Life, to us, that's going to be nostalgic for us because those are the shows we watched. You show a 5-year-old that, they'll just think it's some weird, crappy animated movie made on Flash or just some really crappy animated thing. So I appreciate how long and how well it takes to make animation from what it was then to now. So I want to say for the Flash animation or whatever animation studio thing, program
I think it's just Flash animation.
Flash animation. So based on how it is, it's actually really good for Flash animation. Like I've seen a lot of Flash animation, you know, videos from like 6, 7 years ago on YouTube to what it is now. I mean, obviously that's probably different. I mean, back then people didn't really edit and do jump cuts and do that kind of stuff, and nowadays people do. But animation wise, it's really good. I liked me like it's not necessarily like how the characters are animated. Like if they're animated good, they're animated good. I don't have a problem with that. It's mainly the background. Like if it has a really vibrant background, you can see the blades of grass, you can see the trees, which you could see in some of the plot and some of the parts of the episode. It looks really good. Um, the setting, I like the different color. I like the different colors they use in different parts. Like when it got darker, like it was bright during the morning, and then it was like darker during the night. And once it was night, it was kind of pitch black, type thing. Um, with uh, with sound, like also another really big thing is like having the right sound. And My Little Pony, and I really to think a lot of other cartoons do that well. Um, really, My Little Pony isn't really a decent show. Like, I mean, it is a pretty decent. Like, it's not bad. Like, I personally wouldn't watch it. I'm fine with anybody who does watch it, but overall, it's not. What am I trying to say? It's not like specifically for girls. Like, like back in the day when any of us were kids, we would say oh, Barbies for girls, or certain products back then that were for girls were for girls. But now with like male human 20, 30-year olds that probably live in their mom's basement. No offense to anybody that does, but people that watch those kind of. I'm not calling out those people. I'm saying
I'm probably one of those people that lives in their parents' basement.
you live in the bedroom. You don't live in the. This is the basement right now. You don't have a bed down here. There's a difference. But if like for anybody that watch, I'm not judging anybody who ever watches My Little Pony or anything else at all. But it's mainly it's kind of it's gained them a bigger fan base than you think the company would have gotten. Like think of it this way: if SpongeBob first came out, it's mainly more geared towards boys and everything else. It's kind of like what if SpongeBob came out and every single female liked it and we all hated it? Like, obviously back then the stigma of boys rule and girls rule and men are from Uranus and women are from Venus or whatever it is, or it's the other way around. I don't care. It's things have changed and progressed so well, like, and I don't want to really get all like society based, but things have changed in society to where it's normal and more accepted to be a brony, you know, than it would be back then. Like if My Little Pony was out back then and it's like 2000 something and you told me he was a brony, I'd probably never talk to him ever again. But to be honest, now that animation and society and well, just in general, how stuff like My Little Pony can influence not only female fans but male fans, and people can get the concept as to why people would like it. Like, they like it. Like me, I'm still a fan of Kingdom Hearts. It's not necessarily the Disney Square Enix thing. It's more so it's a really good game. It's made by a really great company that's made really great Japanese RPGs. Like even if it wasn't made by if Disney had nothing to do with Kingdom Hearts, I still play it. I would still play it. I would play that. If Mass Effect wasn't made by EA, I'd probably play it. Well, I'm pretty sure you would probably. I mean, you play Mass Effect. I mean, if Mass Effect wasn't made by EA, you would probably still play it.
Yeah.
If it has the same story, obviously. Like, it doesn't matter, I think really the main thing is with animation and video games and movies, anything, it doesn't matter who makes it. It's who's in it and. Wait, let me rephrase that. It doesn't matter what company makes it, it's who's in it, who's directing it, and in video games, who's making the animations, who's directing the certain parts in the game, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
and what engine and what editing software and who's doing it.
And you've heard of Lauren Faust, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she was the person that made My Little Pony Friendship is Magic come to life.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, she and Craig McCracken, the same guy that made the Powerpuff Girls,
Mm-hmm.
gave us My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So technically,
and the thing is, really, to be honest, if I didn't really know that it was done by them and the same person who did Powerpuff Girls.
Yep.
Okay. Well, back then I was a guy and I liked Powerpuff Girls. He was a guy and I liked Powerpuff Girls. Hands up if you're watching this and you watch Powerpuff Girls and you're a guy. Didn't watch. Well, I never actually watched the new one that came out, but anyway.
I think the new one is different, but
Yeah, the animation style is different, but it's still the same old Powerpuff Girls.
yeah.
And the thing is, though, back then there were a lot of cartoon innuendo, like a lot of sexual cartoon innuendo. That if you were to go back and watch it now, you would get every single innuendo. Like I was thinking about this, and I think one of some people that I talk to, they tell me this. Like back then, if you were to watch Courage the Cowardly Dog, oh, it's a scary show. And then if you were to watch it now with what was considered scary to us, what kind of acid or what kind of drugs were they on to make those kind of creations, those kind of monsters? And then say like if you watch Johnny Bravo, oh, he's trying to pick up chicks, it's funny. Nowadays, he's a total sleazebag. He's a total sleazeball. He's trying to pick up chicks, and it's in the most disgustingly human, weirdly, I'd say Tinder-ish ways possible, but.
Sorry, I'm looking at the time, seeing it.
Yeah. What time is it? Oh, where's the clock at? Is there a clock or something?
Hang on, I got my phone.
Oh. Anyway, but
5:14.
5:14. Okay. But overall, I guess you'd say animation-wise, it's really good. I'm not gonna go so far to give it like a grade or something like like a from a 1 out of 5 to a 5 out of 5. I'll just say overall it's a good cartoon. If you're willing to be ridiculed by people, and if you're willing to be ridiculed by other male people for watching My Little Pony, watch My Little Pony. It's actually not bad. I would probably never watch it. I'm just watching it because he wanted to show it to me and he wanted to make this a series. I'm saying, sure, why not? So yeah, I decided to watch it. It's not bad. I'll give him that. It's not a bad cartoon. You know.
Thank you.
It's not bad.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for your time, Joe.
Thank you.
And remember, this is an ongoing series, so if you want to catch more, check my channel and subscribe. See you later.